Hello, welcome to General Updates. The first Monday of every month, I want to do a update to just vlog. I got a notebook here to write scripts out because sitting here in my mom's guest bedroom because of the stuff last update. The computer sitting here in the guest bedroom. I'm kind of going like that because I'm sitting here in the bedroom, and so bedroom's a sleeping area, and my brain's like, okay, we're in the sleeping area next to the bed, so we'll go ahead and just kind of do. The spiral notebook is helping me out writing out scripts and stuff. Really is helping me be productive. I got 4 out of the 5 store stories done for May, so and that's supposed to be a weekly series, so that's being productive. I was kind of laughing at the beginning of May. There was a cruise ship that had an outbreak of something called the Hantavirus, and the internet kind of lost its mind. 8 whole people got sick from this virus. Not 8 million, not 8,000, 8. As in 2 less than 10. Of course, everybody who was paid for engagement was saying, oh no, it's the end of the world, it's the Hantavirus, it's COVID 2.0. Even though anybody with any kind of medical background was saying this is not COVID. This is not the return of COVID. It's unfortunate. It's really kind of sad that this virus, when it does spread between people, has like 40% death rate for people who catch this virus. But this virus doesn't spread to people. So the panic kind of spread. The panic spread, but the virus didn't. It was kind of funny because more than one person asked me how I felt about the hentai virus. It's like, it's not the hentai virus. Like, what does the hentai virus do? Make you grow tentacles?
That's culturally insensitive.
But it was kind of funny when the hentai virus didn't spread. Everybody, oh, that must have not have been a thing. Ebola! Ebola! It's the Ebola! Ebola! Look out for Ebola! That doesn't seem to be spreading either. Well, unfortunately for the people who live in Africa, that's unfortunate for the people who live in Africa, but it's not a thing. Everybody online wants it to be a thing because everybody wants to get clicks and stuff, but it's like, your panic is doing nothing other than spreading panic. What is interesting is not the store that I work at, but the big store on the north end of town. They have the new digital price tags, which I have a lot of questions over. They're called digital price tags. I don't know how they change the price on the tag. I don't know if they're the computer changes the price of the things at each Wednesday morning when the new ad starts, or does someone have to go around with a zebra scanner to each individual tag to change each individual price? There's a paranoid rumor online saying that it's going to bring up dynamic pricing, which, God, that sounds like a really extremely bad idea. The dynamic pricing of in the morning it's something's going to be $1, but in the afternoon where more people shopping, it's going to be $1.75, and then in the evening when there's not enough people to make profit, they're going to make it $2.50. That just seems like an extremely bad idea, because it just takes one African American person saying, hey, this is the amount I paid, and a white person saying, hey, this is the amount I paid, and that's going to be some serious online drama. And also, I've seen reports online that the security in these tags are complete dog shit. They have absolute dog shit security on these tags. So, and there's already an app you can download. I'm not telling you to, and please don't do this, but apparently you can download an app. You can change the price to whatever you want it to be. So this case of beer that's originally $30-something, it's $1.75 now because I have the phone to put my phone up against the price tag. So yeah, I have a lot of questions on how these digital price tags work. I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody in the big store because no one seems to work in that big store. Every time I go there, there's no employees anywhere. It's kind of creepy. There's only like 2 or 3 checkers, and they're kind of busy, and they're not going to know anything about how the price tags work. And I'm a nobody from nowhere. So if I asked, how does the price tag work? Well, it says that the tag is. That's what it says on the tag. That's how a price tag works. Then again, on the other hand, those digital price tags are going to save the company an epic fuck ton of money, because the company no longer has to ship out the paper. They're not paper price tags each week and have to worry about them getting lost in the mail. And that's a whole lot of material costs that they're going to save because they don't have to keep printing signs and keep printing tags and keep printing and then. Well, unfortunately, they're not going to have the people working to change the tags, so that's some hours to be cut. But so they're going to save a lot of money on those tags. I'm just questioning how they work. Some thunderstorms coming through. I don't know if you can hear the thunder, but the doggos can. Poor Linda and Shelby here shivering because the thunder's going on in the background. An annoyance that I'm having is my weight loss is kind of stalled. Yeah, at the beginning of the month. That first week of the first full week of the month was mother. Oh, no, that was second. Yeah, the first full week of the month. My birthday was on Saturday, and then on Sunday was Mother's Day. The 8th went to a buffet, a Mexican buffet with Grandma and Mom. On Saturday went to a restaurant with Mom and Grandma. And then on Mother's Day, went to another buffet with Mom and Grandma. Got down to the record weight of the last 12 years and went to 3 restaurants in went to 3 or 4 restaurants in 4 days. Yeah, I was down to record weight for the last 12 years. And then, restaurant. I haven't been to a restaurant since, but the weight just has not gone back down to that 204 that it was at the beginning of the month. Yeah, it was really fun when I started got back to the diet in March because the graph went kind of like that, and then in April it just kind of leveled out, and then now back in May it's starting to go like that. It's like in March it was so fun to see that drop like crazy, and then it was a little annoying to see it taper off, that loss taper off in April. And then about back now into May, it's starting to go up. So yeah, I don't know if I'm just not being good enough on the diet. I don't know if it's the vitamin B that Dr. Barry talks about is vitamin patience. And ChatGPT does say that it'll have drops and then leveled out and then it'll drop again. It's just, I like it when it's when it's dropping. Back in that first week of May, first full week of May, I did take a road trip. That was kind of a fun road trip out to Monument Rocks. I did record some video clips there. I'm never gonna get around to editing into a video, but it would be fun to get that video made. Yeah, because I want to get out more and be a YouTuber. It'd be kind of cool to record stuff. And something along with, I don't know if I'm still getting used to the new place, but I just really have a hard time falling asleep lately. When I do get to sleep, I do sleep all right. It's just each night I make a blog post on my blog, a link below. I'll stay up to midnight writing that blog, and I post that blog, and then I lay down for another couple hours before I fall asleep. And once I get to sleep, I'm okay. And it's just 2:30 by the time I fall asleep, and then it's 7 o'clock, 7:30 when Mom is talking on the phone with stepdad and dogs are barking, and it's like, well, might as well wake up. So I get 4 or 5 hour nap every night. Still don't understand how it's been 2 months living here. It just doesn't feel like it's been 2 months. It really feels like I wake up from a nap every once in a while and I could take another shower. I don't know if I want it to feel, I don't know if I want this to feel like home because I'm just staying here for a little bit until I get enough money to get my own house. But it just feels weird. It feels like I'm like not quite Groundhog's Day. Just keep waking up and taking another shower. And it's like, it doesn't feel like the next day. It just feels like taking another shower and going back to work. I don't know what days feel like really, but it's just that, I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, thinking about being 2 months already, I've not heard a single word from my old roommate. Not a single word. He never reached out to contact me. Every once in a while I'll think about how he's doing, but then I remember the last words he said to me is, whatever, fuck you. So that's just, yeah, whatever. 20-something years of friendship just gone because he didn't want to take care of himself, really. But yeah, getting back to the weight loss, really kind of frustrated that the weight plateaued. Yeah, whenever my weight is under 310 pounds, my feet stop hurting, which is really nice. But then now in May, weight is back up. Yeah, when weight is under 310 pounds, I'm not like doing jumping jacks or anything, but it's nice to walk around after work without like dragging my left foot behind me. Yeah, every once in a while mom will catch me limping after work, but that's after walking around for 9 hours when I'm still really really quite overweight. But it is considerably better than it was before. A thought I keep wrestling with is that what happens if I lived here for an entire year but I don't make any progress on saving anything? I don't save the money that I want to. And what happens if I do save the money I want to, but no matter what I save because of inflation or politic bullshit, it never is enough, and I'll never be able to save enough. And what happens if it's, even if I do save enough, the money isn't the thing that gets me back on my feet. I just keep coming back to the idea of great grandma. My great grandma had one of my grandma's brothers had Down syndrome, so he was living with her his entire life. And my grandma, one of her friends has someone who has special needs, and he lives with her entire life. And now I'm living with mom. And I'm sure I'm not going to live with mom for the rest of my life, but it's still the idea. What happens if I never get out? I know it's a bad thought, and I need to banish that thought. It's just I'm going to be here for the year, and then I'll be back on my own. But it's just like, what happens if I don't? It's like, stop thinking about that. And stepdad, right now I'm recording this on May 30th because I work on the first Monday, and I'm going to post this on the first Monday. But stepdad was getting maintenance on his truck, and he kept telling me that I need to get that maintenance done on my car because it's the 30,000 mile maintenance. And when I go to the mechanic, there's not sponsored, but there's a Carfax email that I get saying, hey, you're behind on your 30,000 mile maintenance. And it's like, yeah, I know, but then I look up how much that maintenance costs, and I don't have that much money to do the maintenance. People tell me, oh yeah, if doing the maintenance on their car is a whole lot cheaper than buying a brand new car. Okay, that doesn't magically summon up enough money to do the maintenance. I'm just now getting it around to being able to afford to do the oil change on time. And coming up Tuesday, I'm going to do oil change and a tire rotation. That's the first time I've ever had enough money to do a tire rotation, even though I've had these tires for a couple of years now. Next month, I'll have the insurance paid off all at once. And that's very, very rare time that I have a car insurance paid off all just when it comes due. Even when that comes due, that in the past, if I've paid off the car insurance all at once, is because the tax return came in. This is the first time I've been able to save up enough to get the insurance paid off all at once instead of doing the monthly payment, which it costs more. But it's like, hey, I'm making progress. Hey, have you done this thing that costs $7,000? No, because I'm just now starting to save money. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to save a lot of money in the long run, but I still don't have the money to do the thing. That's a general update for June 2026. We'll see if I get it updated. I'm thinking about doing the weekly weigh-ins on Mondays instead of doing it on Sunday, because stepdad, he's not quite on the road, over the road trucker like roommate used to be, but he's gone all week, and he's home Sunday and Saturday and Sunday each week. When I try to do the weekly weigh-in, he's on the TV, watching the TV really loud. Ironically, last week when I was trying to do the weekly weigh-in, he was blowing out the TV speakers on listening to a video ranking your hearing aid brands. So it's like, if I was going to try to make a video, it'd be blown out by the audio would be blown out by the ranking of hearing aid brands. So I think if I start doing the weekly weigh-ins on Monday when he's out, on the road, and Mom's usually spends the mornings out in her gardens and with messing with her chickens. I think I'll be able to start making weekly weigh-in videos on Monday instead. Yeah, weekly weigh-ins on Mondays and store stories on Fridays. It'd be videos that I'm gonna make. Starting to see the grind that it takes to do a weekly scripted series. Because I finished writing the script and then finally get around to making the video, and it's to write another script and making a video. It's going to be a grind to get that store stories done, but I think it'd be a fun grind. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And have a nice day. Hopefully, start being more active on this channel, which would be fun. This is something I want to do. I don't know if I'll ever get past doing a hobbyist stage, but we'll see if we get any progress on this. And thanks. Have a nice day.